Thank you, Dr. Little. And now this is the speech I'm looking forward to.
Me too.
I'm pleased to ask Dr. Thomas McDonald III, President of the Class of 2012, to present the closing remarks.
How about that,
TJ?
huh? TJ!
Good evening, friends, family, and faculty. And to tonight's distinguished guests, New Jersey Dental School's class of 2012, I ask you to please take a step back and give ourselves a round of applause, because congratulations, we finally did it. Now, this certainly has been quite the 4 years. Some of my closest friends have become engaged and married. More people than I'd like to say, have had a few more, or in some cases less, gray hairs on their heads. And an extraordinary number of babies have been born as well. But one thing that I can all but guarantee that has stayed exactly the same is that white coat that we received 4 years ago, it's still firmly planted on that same hanger, and it's as white as ever. Now, not that anyone was counting, but did you guys know that in the 809 times that we rose out of our beds, we sat and listened very intently to 2,270 hours worth of lecture? That's the equivalent of sitting down to lecture at New Year's at 12 a.m. and ending on April 4th at 2 p.m. We sat diligently practicing in the pre-clinic for approximately 847 hours, drilling hundreds of teeth and using pounds of wax to make fake teeth and dentures, which we were then told how terrible they looked, so we had to go and do them all over again. We also took over 200 written exams, 35 practicals, 2 parts of the National Dental Board exam, 5 parts of the Northeast Regional Board licensing exam, and a state jurisprudence exam. That was a lot to say, and to be honest, until I tallied all up, I never believed we'd actually done that. But I guess traumatic experiences really do get repressed to the furthest areas of your mind to be forgotten forever. While all these tests measured our knowledge in dentistry, what I really thought was New Jersey Dental School's greatest strength were the life lessons learned while we were here. First thing we learned was the importance of keeping yourself and your calendar organized. Like good students over Thanksgiving break sophomore year, the class spent most of its time studying because we had a couple of finals coming up. Orthodontics on Monday and microbiology on Thursday. Now, we were surprised when we showed up Monday morning that the orthodontics department was equally as surprised that we had a final. Now, naturally, as dental students who just completed our education in orthodontics, we were thinking maybe they couldn't test us on what they never taught us. But it was not us. We just scheduled the exam 2 weeks later into our winter break. The second was the absolute importance of ethics. Out of those 200 written exams, I think our class tipped the scales at about 10 ethics exams, which is more than we had in physiology, biochemistry, pharmacology, microbiology. Well, you get the point. We also hold the distinction as being the only class to assign an honor code not once, but twice. So by my estimation, I'm going to proclaim us the single most ethical class to have ever graduated from university. Third valuable life lesson was the importance of proofreading. This first came through the fact that no one wants to be the person that sends out an email to the class sounding like a caveman. Now, too bad some of the professors didn't feel the same way about their test questions. We would sometimes get exams with all the answer choices being F, G, H, I, and J, which were certainly not choices on our Scantron sheets. This, I suppose, is better than the alternative of having no answer choices at all, which may or may not have happened. However, the one mistake we students were always most appreciative of is when the answer choices were starred to let us know they were right. The only nerve-wracking thing about that was we weren't sure whether it was another one of those ethics exams that we had taken. But in all seriousness, the strength of the school lies in these 107 students that are graduating with me. And they wouldn't be the people that they are without their friends and family support. I want to take the opportunity to thank all of you here today and pay our respects to the people who can't be for all the sacrifices that you've made in your personal lives that made it possible for each one of us to follow our dreams. So thank you, Mom, Dad, Grandpa, Grammy, Grandma, Jen, and the rest of my section down there. I wouldn't have been able to do this without your love and support.
Hey, hey!
So serving as class president, I've gotten to interact closely with the deans, Drs. Feldman, Fennessy, and Conti. And even though our opinions may not have always matched, watching you and your commitment to the school, and more importantly, us students, was very inspiring, so thank you. To our group practice administrators, Drs. Wexler, Silverstein, Younger, Simon, Shakika, and Dr. Mahevich, who unfortunately passed away during our time here, and their right-hand women, Ms. Crystal, Ms. Perry, Ms. Martinez, Ms. Theron, and Michelle, Ms. Alvarez. Sorry, Dr. Shakika. I have no words for you other than thank you. Thank you for the PEFs. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for all the talks that had nothing to do with dentistry at all. It was great getting to know you, and while your job is mostly thankless, you are vital to our education, and you enriched our time here at New Jersey Dental School. In our 2 years in the clinic, we have treated nearly 16,000 patient sessions collectively. We relieved over 2,500 people from dental pain. I would like to thank our patients for trusting us, even when they probably shouldn't have, and for the thousands of hours of conversation that we had with them while we were waiting for our faculty to come over and check our work. I know that I personally learned more about life and dentistry from my patients than I ever could have from lecture or textbooks alone. Class, it is now time for the frantic five. It seems it's been forever since that was told to us by Dr. Stout during our first exam over 4 years ago. But it was only 4 years ago, and it was said to remind us to trust our instincts and not overthink things. Take this advice into whatever your next step in life is, and I know you will be successful because as we've proven, with a little hard work and determination, anything is possible. More than anything else, I feel like we have become a family, helping each other through some of our tougher times and also some of our most rewarding ones. It has been an absolute honor serving as your class president for the past 4 years. And as Dr. Stout had us recite before every exam, I would like each of you to turn to your neighbors and say, I wish you all luck, but myself the best luck of all. Thank you.
Thank you.